Hey guys, I told you I'm gonna do back-to-back two videos, but I thought of doing this extra video, which actually I wanted to do it for my group Frakkin Bangladesh. So this is gonna be a non-fragrance review after like non-fragrance review video. There you go. So the fragrance reviews are there, but there are these other videos that I do from time to time when I take a break, like to relax and talk about other stuff. Sometimes fragrance related stuff, but not to review. So yeah, you can say it's kind of like a talk, just discussion uh, uh, from the channel regarding my journey. It can be a title, like since 2016, it's almost 2020. So it's officially on book, it's gonna be 4 years, but I know it's 3 years. So reviewing from 2016 until now, before that 2012 to 2015, 16, those years, watching reviews, collecting. I want to talk about that a little bit. So first of all, I told you, if actually many of you complain, if you ask me a question, why don't I respond or see the comments? I do respond to the comments in my fragrance group in uh, not Fragrantica, Facebook. Okay, it's called Frakkin Bangladesh. That's where all our members are. All discussion topic discussion center of the day, get to know each other, and we only allow real profiles, no fake profile without pictures and stuff. So if you are interested in discussing, that's where I'm more active. So I'll leave the link below. You can join Frakkin Bangladesh. So I'm a little bit sick, but recovering from it with medication, rest, and I have my good friends who are doctors, brothers. So they are recommending me, and yeah, I'm feeling much better. So the reason being, let's start somewhere. The reason being, I like to thank everybody. Okay, the reason being, I have started in 2016. I had this channel. Used to upload our when back in Malaysia. I was there before I left. I started this channel. So my main purpose of this channel was there to upload our programs. We used to do cultural programs, singing and stuff like that, group singing, embassy programs. And I was not part of the embassy, but I was part of the embassy musical group or the singing group. So we used to do every year 5, 6, 7 programs. So there in this channel, the earlier first videos, I used to upload those. So then I thought, like, why have to open another channel? Let's just upload them here. I'll do a couple of videos, because I was seeing 2015, 16, that was the time, like fragrance game was at the peak. And it of course went a little bit higher, but now it's not as happening as before. It's a fact, everybody knows that. But I want to talk about what are the things I noticed, my experiences since then. Okay, so today at this present moment, I have reached that sort of milestone, which is not huge, because compared to my channel there are many other big reviewers. I'm just a small time reviewer, and I'm more like a consumer, giving you my opinion after using fragrance on me. I'm not a fragrance expert as per se, like notes and everything. Those I leave it to Mark, Steven, big reviewers like that. So I learn every day. I'm a student, like everybody else would say. So it's a learning curve for me. So yeah, you can say that it is a big thing for me. I feel, why? Because 35,000 subscribers using this phone, using this simple setup, sitting at home, reviewing about 1,500 plus fragrances, and getting 9.5 million views plus. Okay, these are some big numbers for me. I have no YouTube monetization. I don't have any sponsorship. I do not have any how to say, um, advertising, monetization, all these things I do not have. And I am just one person. I don't have any partners. So I work alone. So I manage my YouTube channel. I have two other groups in Facebook. One is Frakkin Bangladesh, and the other one is Goodfellas Fragrances Bangladesh. That one is just for Bangladeshis, for decant purposes. So using my available resources, I actually dedicated everything that I do, time. If I made some money from decants and stuff, I dedicate to buying fragrances to distribute. Some people are wondering, why do I do this? Why do I do it? What do I gain from it? Not much. In a sense, not much, but other sense, I get a lot. I get happiness. This is what I truly love. This is where your passion takes you. If you truly love something, I believe it will take you places if you are very, very 100% dedicated to it. You will not need people to tell you, like, you need to do this, that. You go places. So I found out that the journey took me to places. I'm going random. There was a fine day, I came here, I arrived here in Bangladesh. Then before that, I had group discussion like with 3 4 guys that I want to be, meeting up some fragrance bros in Bangladesh, like who are into fragrances. 2016, it was few groups here and there in Bangladesh, but there was no channel in Bangladesh. Like people, there was no reviewer who were talking about fragrances, and I thought let's start it. I did not have any idea what this gonna land. So I did say, I think it was Steven's group and Red Lessons Steven, his group. I met these Bangladeshi brothers, Shafi Bhai, Fahad Bhai, and Tutul Bhai. There was Sandeep Shah, Joy, a few other guys, and some Nepali brothers. So I met 3 of them when I came here in 2016, and it was like a winter time. That was our first meetup, and then from there it's just we opened a group, and then more members started coming in, and then some ups and downs and everything. But from there on until here, I have reviewed, I have tried, I have bought, used a lot of fragrances, and not all of them were my fragrances. So my thanks go to people who lend me their perfumes. First thing, I could make a lot of content that I would never be able to make without those help. That is the first thing. The members who thought like, Joy Bhai, here is my perfume, would you like to review it? And some niche perfumes I wouldn't be able to buy, Tom Ford's, let's say By Kilian's, those more posh ones. Perhaps I could buy, but I'd rather not buy. So it was a good thing that I could create those contents, like more upper class perfumes, or some fragrance I wouldn't buy. So big thanks to those members and brothers, my friends who gave me. Second big thanks would be like a shop that I went to. It was 2016-17. That time, my dear brother Shafi Bhai, he's a good old member of Frakkin, one of the founding members. He has been a loyal friend, true friend. We always talk about life, because we have sort of similarity in our life pattern. So he introduced me to this shop called Stallion Enterprise. You guys know I have done many, many videos. Recent days, lately, not so much, but in this last 3 years, he was like always hosting. You guys know I could go to his shop, I could do like 10, 12, 15 fragrances, 20 fragrances at times. There were some special days, giveaways, this and that. I was part of all that. So it was very exciting to see, them grow, and many people giving them love. And after that, a lot of other sellers came one by one, and they all, from time to time, they helped me. I'm not gonna say people even who are not being nice to me now, they also helped me. So I'm grateful to them for the good times, good memories. And I will say, even people who are hurting you, who are your enemies or your not well wishers now, but at certain time, if someone did me a favor, I'm grateful to them. Okay, so sincere thanks to all the sellers, people who gave me a small sample at the time, gave me a free bottle. I receive sometimes a gift, time to time from sellers, my friends. They gifted me bottles, okay, because it will happen naturally. Many people said if it was states, if you had only 5,000, you would get sponsorship, free bottles and stuff from, this brand, that brand. I have no regrets for that. I wish, it's not, I'm gonna lie, if let's say a fragrance house is sending me free bottles, why wouldn't I welcome it? I would love that. But it's okay. You should always say thank God for everything that you got. I have got so many things that many people didn't get. So you always should focus on what are your achievements and what are the things that you got to enjoy. I got to enjoy a lot. To me, all these fragrances right here that I reviewed, I used, some of them I sold off, they made great memories with me. And at one time I got so busy, I had to go like a robot, like last at least 1 year or so. I made it sort of like, even though it's not a job, but I made it sort of like a duty. Wake up first thing, do scent of the day, scent of the morning. I know people are annoyed at times, like, why does he do it all day? I do it because that's what I love to do. And I invite you to my group if you want to be part of that craziness. It's just one way. It's like a one-way street down there. So I also share the new reviewers. I try my best, and I don't do it as a charity or anything. I really truly want to give a shout out to new channels if I find them interesting, if they are making genuine content and out of love, excitement. Because I was there in 2016. Many people, they are until now, today, they watch my reviews. They are here since my day one. They saw me, and they gave me criticism from time to time when they said, Joy, you are being sometimes arrogant. When you started off, you were just like a small in number. You were different. I understand people make mistakes, and I do say apologies, and I say sorry if I ever hurt you guys, in any way. Of course, we will make mistakes, but there are some things I'm not regretful of. There are some people I got rid of from my life, from my groups, because they're harmful and they were not working as the same vision as I was. So since the groups, yes, you have to be a little bit tough. There are sometimes people who cheat other people. There are people who try to manipulate others. They lie. They do play politics. These are the things we do not need. We do not need these kind of things in any groups. Even if you see the foreign groups, like internationally, there are some scams. They take the money from people. They do not provide the real stuff, and they just steal your money. These are very unfortunate, because the group is supposed to be where your like trust has to be there on each other, like members. So that's what I feel our group's supposed to be, like family members. So of course, five fingers are not the same, right? They're going to be different sizes. They're going to be different kind of people, good, bad. But I would say I met most of the time, on most part, very nice, kind-hearted, nice people. So majority people are nice overall. But you cannot avoid, there are also people who are your people who hate you. Perhaps they do not like you. You'll encounter those people. You'll learn things from them. You also learn things from your enemies. Okay, so I'm learning from my mistakes. I did make a lot of mistakes. So no one can be perfect, but the amount of work that I do on my own, I think that's how you are supposed to work for your passion. Someone criticized me a few days back, like, what have you earned? What did you do? You didn't do anything in your life. You just did decants and stuff. I'm not going to mention who, but people, some of them, they know. His question is, I haven't done anything in my life. I'm poor. Yes, that part I agree. I had a car. I had a different life in Malaysia. I didn't go anywhere, even from my house to 7-Eleven next door. I would take my car. I would drive it. I would walk, of course, but my life, I never would take train or a bus after my student life. So I had that life, and once I sold my car, I did not ask my dad, like, here I need another car and everything, because I see it's not practical in Bangladesh. Having a vehicle here, it's more headache than let's say a benefit. We have family cars, we use that, all of us use that. So the thing is, I would say thanks for everything. Thank God, most important, thank God for everything that I get to see every day. One more day, you get to have 3 times a meal, and these are some things I'm always grateful for. I get water. There was one day there was no water supply for 2 days in my area, and I suffered tremendously. I got so mad. Without water, trust me, life is not easy. So if you have water, gas, electricity running, usually you should be very, very grateful in your life, because many part of the world, they do not get these privileges. Water is a very luxurious item. So do say thanks. If you have 3 fragrances, if you are in fragrance journey, do say thanks. Thank God I got fragrances that many people cannot afford. Thank God for these 3 beautiful perfume that I own, that I treasured them. I use my hard-earned money to buy them. So these are some of the things I learned from my journey, and I do. So if you appreciate your game, if you do buy your fragrances for your own happiness, for your passion, you'll always cherish those bottles. But if you're just doing a rat race, sort of like, oh, I have to buy this, you have to buy that, oh, Black Friday sale, this one, and you keep doing that 12 months, you'll never be using your fragrances, and you'll never grow in relationship with your bottles. That's it. It sounds weird, but yeah, I do wake up first thing, I look at my bottles, I put on my glasses, I say good morning. So some other things, I think I would say, thanks for all the love, all the views that you gave, even the people who hate me. I'm not trying to be negative, but who dislike me, hit the dislike, they have to come to my video to give me another view. They have to subscribe or join my group so I get more members. So I always try to see the positives. So thanks to all my friends, fans, my own family who support me, the shops, sellers, and members who lend me their bottles, gave me their time, precious time, got decants from me. Whatever way you supported me, I learned something from you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I got to try a lot of other kind of perfumes that I never thought I would. So there are plenty more out there, but I always feel this way, like whatever I get, I'm happy with it. Live one day at a time. All right. Sorry. And the last 2 things I would like to say, these are kind of weird. One of them anyway, I would like to talk about my winters. Winters are a very special time for me. Where I used to live for 19 years, Malaysia, absolutely nothing cold. Whenever I used to go up in mountains like Cameron Highlands, to my Malaysian friends, apa kabar? Selamat, kabar baik? Yeah, good. So if you go to Genting Highlands in the clouds, you'll see some cold weathers, no problem. But moment you come down, it's always hot and sunny or rainy. These are the 2 seasons you used to get in Malaysia. But Bangladesh, I always found like November, December time I used to take holidays, I used to come here in 2000s, 2010s. Every time winter was so beautiful. It's mysterious. The city is mysterious. It's covered by clouds, hazy, and the neon light. It's just dreamy. It's like the best place you can be on the earth. You can travel the thousand countries, like not thousand countries, but hundreds of countries, but you'll never find quite a beautiful thing like in Bangladesh. There is something about this city that is connected to our heart. So the food, winter food, the you have to put on cold weather clothing, and going out there, being in perfume game. Cold weather time, perfume is like the perfect time to use perfumes because most of fragrances are good for winters. And nowadays we don't get so much of chill, but still I enjoy November till February. So I have been seeing 2016, 17, 18, now 19, 4 winters. I am very grateful for that. So this journey, that winter has something special. I go for morning walk, morning tea. These are my rituals. And last but not least, I was talking about this thing. This could be a little bit controversial, but I do apologize if you feel that way. Uh, the fragrance journey, when I saw, I think that was the time everything was like in the peak. It's just going like a development, it's going high, and all the reviewers were talking about all these great releases. Fragrance companies were releasing great perfumes, and we saw. Yeah, this is where the credit you have to give it to Jeremy. Jeremy hyped up perfumes like crazy, and then fragrances did work. La Nuit de l'Homme, CH Man Privé, the 180p, Lamal, Ultramale. That's the time was the most enjoyable for me, I would say. I have nothing against niche perfumery, but niche fragrances, most people cannot afford, one thing. Second thing, they are not very readily available. Third thing is, most of the time you get smaller bottles. These are not criticism, just telling you. On most part, it's designer is where the interest always is. Most of the majority of people in community, they can afford somewhere between $30 to $100. This is where most of the perfume buyers are. Okay, in the world, not everybody is rich. So that time when this like hype was happening, 24 gold. Let me look at some of my collection. Armani Code, Profumo, Versace Purom, Invictus Aqua. Yes, some of these fragrances are forgotten now, and me and my friends sometimes have a laugh about it, like how excited we were to go to a shop, finding out midnight in Paris. Holy shit! So that excitement was at the peak, and then we were really pumped up, and that's where we'd just go buy. I remember one month I bought 46 fragrances, and it was crazy because that time it was all new. I started my decanting page and everything, so people were coming in and everybody was supporting each other so much. The sellers were selling like couldn't give enough fragrances. So anything like Diorum Intense, Savoir EDB came out, we were so damn excited. And moment like, let's say, Roja da Belicium, I remember that Aventus phase. Nowadays, it's kind of like tamed a little bit. I'm not gonna blame anybody because with time, everything slows down a little bit. We'll reach a peak and then it'll start falling. I'm not saying quite fallen, but nowadays I feel like I do not see so much excitement, hype going on. Perhaps the reviewers became more mature. Three of them started their, Dan Norton, Jeremy, and Steven. They started their own fragrance line. You'll see a lot of reviews regarding their perfumes. They're busy. So from time to time, they're still doing the list and everything, but not like quite like before. We would see, oh, top 10 designer for summer. People be like, hey, yes. When I remember this time, I'll just admit to you before I go. I used to follow Jeremy like crazy, and Jeremy was one of my most favorite reviewers. And I used to say, because before he got into his own brand, like his top 10 cheap perfumes, or his top 10 summer or any perfume list, I would wait 1 week for that. And I know La Nuit de l'Homme is going to be on the top. And those are the times I believe in Bangladesh, many kids, many guys, many members, they were waiting for his videos also. So it was kind of like a awesome, dreamy time. So I'm not saying the times are gone, or I know some reviewers are saying that fragrance community is now at shit and it's like there's no unity. Perhaps, maybe, but I'm still saying one last thing. It depends on you. Where is your passion? If you have not been fake, if you have been original, I think you would be okay. Anybody would be okay. And fragrances, do not buy, regret buying fragrances. If you love something, use it for your sake. Do not try to please the world. I think that would be a mistake. What do I mean by pleasing others? Do not look for people's recommendations or, let's say, approval. Okay, rock what you love. Right? Thank you very much for watching, and sorry did a very long video. Thank you so much once again for all the journey that I have right now until now. I have no regrets at this time. I'm more than happy. Year is coming to an end. Hopefully we'll see to the end of the year. Have a very nice year-end party, and have a very good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. See you soon. Bye bye.